Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this new figure unboxing and review we're going to be looking at the Newage Legendary Heroes. This is their take on a legend scale cliffjumper figure, and he's called Vanishing Point. So what we're going to do in the video, we're going to have a detailed look at him with both of his modes, help you decide how you want to display him. We're going to of course do some comparisons with the original version of himself, some newer versions of himself. We're going to see how he looks and displays with some other Newage figures that have been released, and we're going to have a look at, I suppose, some other potential maybe redecos of this, because Newage like to do lots of redecos, and they could perhaps go down the crazy minibot colour variant toy line as well. But there's loads to get through with this video, so as I pop all these away, I'd like to remind anybody who's not subscribed to this channel, if you'd like to hit that subscribe button for me now please, because it really will help me out. And the other is to thank Show Z, because that's where this came from, and as you can see they got it to me quickly and safely. And for those of you who've already seen video 1, which was the review on Herbie, which is of course their take on Bumblebee, these do come packaged together like this in their little clamshells there in their alternate modes, exactly like this. The Bumblebee I started in robot, I'm going to start this one in vehicle just to make things as different as possible. So yeah, these are packaged together, and as you can see they are very small. In fact, I'm going to keep that there. I'm going to keep that there, to be honest, because it looks quite good. Intricate little figures. So yeah, they're third-party takes on Generation 1 figures, and the reason that they're not called by their official names is because they transform, so they're not licensed by Hasbro or Takara. Now, in the Bumblebee video, we saw obviously the accessories that come with Bumblebee. These do come packaged together. The accessories that come with Cliffjumper is the large gun, which is great. Again, that's pretty much what you can see there from that scene that of course was in the cartoon. This is not focusing very well, let me get rid of that. And of course what they've seemed to do now with all of their versions, I mean Hasbro and Takara, of the Bumblebee and Cliffjumpers, they tend to give them these skis. They come on the sprues like this, so you just simply pop them off like so, and then these will attach via magnets, so even easier, nothing to worry about. No trying to get them to clip over. And I suppose the best thing about them being magnets is, you know, they're not going to come unclipped. They're not going to come unclipped, and you're not going to lose them anywhere. So, well, you can lose them, but obviously they're not going to come unclipped like what would happen with obviously the little bits there on this particular figure, and of course Hasbro's iteration of Cliffjumper. But there you go, that's a brilliant little bonus thing that you can do with this figure, and especially when it's as simple as that. These, as you can see, just fit exactly on there like so. Now the good thing about this is you can see all the wheels are on individual pins. They go backwards and forwards. It's a very similar mold. Transformation process is pretty much the same, apart from you can't see underneath here. There's an extra fold out bit for his chest, but hopefully you've seen the transformation tutorial video, where I've got to confess I'm much quicker now than I was with this guy. But there's nothing to attach on the back of this like there was with Bumblebee. So I don't believe, and I haven't been able to find anywhere where you can attach the main weapon for him. It just, as I say, when he's in his alternate mode, that is it. You can obviously attach these, we've just done that, but the rest I don't think you can at all. So as I say, to give you an idea, I suppose, of how small this is, that's the most important thing. There is a Generation 1 Bumblebee. Funnily enough, there's a Generation 1 Cliffjumper, so it's tiny compared to them. What I've got is a couple of other, I suppose, there's a core class Bumblebee, one of the newer figures, and you can see how much it's really struggling focusing with too many of them on, isn't it? If I just keep that there you go, you can just see how much so smaller it is compared to that. With regards to some other figures that you may or may not know, there's a world's smallest Takara World's Smallest Red Alert. It is smaller than that. And then finally, because it really is struggling, there is a Earthrise Micromaster figure, which again is a lot smaller than that completely. One other very quick thing I did want to get involved is, just in case Newage want to go down the same route, which they seem to do with loads of things. They do shattered glass versions, they do clear versions of lots of their figures. They could go into some of the crazy South American minibot colours as well if they wanted to. Right guys, that's all there is to say about him in his alternate mode. Let's come back and have a look at him in his robot. So here he is in his robot mode then, and again this guy is tiny, he is mega intricate, and I suppose I still stand by my same first impression of when I transformed the Bumblebee version of this. Even though it's got a slightly easier because I've got more used to it, I still think perhaps it is maybe just a little too over-engineered, and I think the only reason that is because it then suffers from the giant feet that he's got. The feet on him are absolutely massive compared to, you know, his tiny arms and fist. You could fit his entire arm, forearm and fist into the front part of his foot, and never mind the back part and the heel. Maybe I'm being overly picky, perhaps I am, to be honest, because it is a very articulate and detailed little figure. The head sculpt is good. You can spin it, you can spin it all the way around. You can see it's on a mushroom peg now, so you can see it'll look up and down as well. Shoulders are on ball and sockets. There's a swivel. Even at the bicep, there's a bicep flexion. There's wrist swivel as well. This is the additional bit that the Bumblebee mold hasn't got, that I was referring to, saying that the molds are different. So that's the additional bit there. There is a ab crunch, which is crazy for a smaller toy of this size. And then the hips are on ball and sockets, swivel joints, knee bends, ankle tilt and rock. Absolutely everything. So, you know, it really is a mini masterpiece. It might just be an over-engineered one for myself. And it's also, as I say, just completely out of proportion, which I think is something they're going to struggle with when it is something of this complete, you know, this size. It's absolutely tiny. Again, to give you an idea, I normally bring out Bumblebee, but obviously I've got a cliffjumper because he's cliffjumper. That gives you an idea there of just, I suppose, how small he is. That's compared to the Generation 1 minibots. Again, world's smallest official Takara Optimus Prime, about the same size. Dr. Wu Optimus Prime, again, little, yeah, no, probably about his height, to be fair. It really is kind of quite small. With regards to other figures, typically I can't find the cliffjumper version of this mold, but there is the Bumblebee, so that's obviously a very small deluxe figure, really small deluxe, because he's towering over him. There's a core class figure, and yeah, that gives you an idea of how small that deluxe one is. It's about the same size as a core class figure. With regards though to, I suppose, exactly, you know, Newage figures, would you say that that's exactly how they sized up in the cartoon? That's what Newage intend to do. They intend to get their robots sized up like that, or would you think would you say it'd be more like the core class Optimus? I don't know, maybe it is a bit too small. I'm not too sure. I do need to go back and watch the cartoons again. I know that Pete's going to leave a comment for me regarding confirming this for me, but I don't remember cliffjumper only going up to just above his knees, in all honesty. But I'm being super picky. No need to be super picky. It is a very clever, very yeah, well engineered figure, to be honest. Just maybe a bit too much for me. This is an Iron Factory, and this is a Magic Square. So again, that gives you an idea of size compared to them. To be honest, I don't really think, as I say, there's too much more to say about him. I do like the detail in there on the windows. What I do like as well is this is all faux, so this is fake. That is not the roof at all. The real roof is tucked away under there and folded out. That I do like, to be honest. I think that's the cleverest and best looking bit on this particular figure. Funnily enough, that's like a Lewin Optimus Prime compared to like a deluxe one, isn't it? I think that's it for comparisons, guys. I think I've covered all bases with that. And indeed, I think, oh no, one more. Mechanic Studios Shattered Glass Sandstorm. So there you go. He is a tiny figure. The good thing is that he does compact packed within another figure as well, for that particular reason. And they've got the instructions for the both, and again, all of the accessories come in the one bag as well. So there you go. This completes the double box set of number 25 Herbie and number 26 Vanishing Point from Newage Figures. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Love to hear what you think as well. Take care.